Hi, this is the Squier Bullet Telecaster, limited edition in surf green. It might look like Daphne blue, but it is actually the surf green. A little bit lighter than some of the surf greens I've seen, but I really like this guitar. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It has a traditional shaped peg head. Comes with chrome die-cast tuners. When I got this tuners are a little bit stiff, so I have replaced those already. And these tuners I really like. They have little wheels that you unscrew on the back. When you feed the string through, you lock it down, and then you can tune up to pitch, and then the string stays put. Very cool. This guitar is made in Indonesia, but still, it's a very nice guitar, especially for the price. These retail for about $180. The neck is a very nice C profile shape. It fits your hand very nicely. On this one, I was really surprised at the guitar at this price that there's no major sharp frets. The fretboard has been finished nicely along the edge. Sometimes you get what is known as fret sprout or blooming, where the frets kind of stick out a little bit, the neck kind of shrinks a little bit, or sometimes it was just a couple procedures weren't finished on the neck. But this has a very nice feel to it. At the nut, it is 42 millimeters. It is 21 frets. The frets are kind of your standard Fender type fret. They're not the big jumbo ones. They're kind of more of a medium jumbo. It's a maple neck. The fingerboard is actually Indian laurel. It looks a lot like rosewood, but I know rosewood is pretty limited these days, so they're trying to find different materials that they can make the necks out of. It's still, I really like the way it feels. The body is basswood. Unlike a Stratocaster, it does not have what they call the tummy bevel. It's flat on the back. I would guess this is probably about, I haven't measured it, I don't really care, it just feels nice and light, but I'd say it's probably about an 1 3/4 thick slab. Feels pretty nice. It has a traditional layout of the pickups. You have the chrome covered one in the neck, you have the single coil in the bridge, 3-way selector between the pickups, single volume, single tone. The bridge is a traditional style Fender bridge. 6 individual saddles. I know some of the more vintagey Telecasters usually have like a barrel that 2 of the strings. I like this setup better. You get better adjustment on your string height and intonation, and just seems a little bit better. And this is a hardtail rather than having a tremolo. And what I like about this is rather than the strings going through the back of the bridge, they actually go through the body, through the back of the body, through these ferrules here. And I think that kind of helps it give a little bit more sustain. And, you know, it's just a really nice sounding guitar. Show you what it sounds like. Clean setting on the bridge. And I apologize for my playing tonight. My finger is still healing. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, big old chunk taken out. Not very cool, but be cool if I knew what chord to play, right? That's the clean sound. Here's between the pickups. Neck pickup. That's the clean sound just through the amp. I am playing it through my Orange Crush Pro into a 412 clean channel. I have it set dry, no reverb on there. The volume is, looks at about 9 o'clock, so it's not too loud. I go a lot louder, but I just kind of wanted to show you what this sounds like clean. So I kind of wrote off these guitars for quite some time because I'm more of a rock, heavy blues, heavy metal. You know, I listen to Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath and stuff like that. So I always wrote this off as kind of like a country guitar where people are all plink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink. I'm not going to play like that. If you love that music, that's fine. It just wasn't my thing. But I've been seeing more and more of these out, and I figure different people playing them. And John 5 is amazing on the Telecaster. And he's just like, he can play anything. And there's lots of other guys I've seen play the Tele. I'm more of a Strat guy. So I figured, I don't have a Tele. Why not check it out? And I really like how this sounds. Like I said, so far I've changed the tuners. They're more in line. They're more stable. I've changed the strings, and I apologize if it goes out of tune a little bit. Brand new strings. I hate brand new strings. They stretch and stuff. It takes a while of playing to get them where they stop doing that. Usually after about a day and a half or so, they usually stop doing it. I just put these on right now. Ernie Ball 9-gauge Super Slinkies. I've got the guitar. Like I said, I've got it going through my amp. I also ran it through my Digitech RP7 valve multi-effects unit. So let me get this guy going with a little bit of distortion so you can see kind of more of what it sounds like. Again, this is not a Fender. This is a Squier. Like I said, for the price, you can't beat it. You can pay a little bit more for a little bit nicer Squier, or you can pay a lot more for a Fender. But usually, if you just change a couple things and modify things, you can do really well with one of these. I'm thinking about maybe possibly putting a P90 in the neck later down the road. It's still kind of too early for that, because I'm still trying to get used to the guitar. So I'm not sure. I have seen people put the gold foil TV Jones type of pickups, both either a single coil or they'll get a different bridge and route that out for a full humbucker size. There's all kinds of options. You know, a guitar like this being as inexpensive, you'll have money left over to make it yours, to make it the way you want it to be. The only complaint I have about this so far, and you know, I'm not trying to complain too much, is the finish. I have noticed that it gets nicked and dinged real easy, and there's a couple dents because the basewood's kind of soft. This was a floor demo model for a while, so it has some light battle scars. You can see there's a little bit there. Some guys like to relic their guitars and do that on purpose. I don't really like relicking. If they get nicks and stuff through playing and just normal everyday wear and tear, adds character to the guitar. Anyways, let's go ahead and throw some distortion on this so you can see what it sounds like. And I've got it bypassed, so let's... That's not what... Let's use this one here. Nice sustain. turn this down for just a second. I have noticed on these guitars really shine with a really clean sound, with a lot of chorus, some different kinds of modulation. You use your chorus, flange. You can use your time-based effects, you know, your reverbs, your delays. It takes pedals really well, but you still get the characteristics of the Telecaster. And then you start throwing some distortion. You kind of lose a little bit of the tonal quality of the guitar, but it still sounds good. I still like the way this plays, and it sounds amazing. Another thing I might do later on down the road is these trees right here, the sheet metal. On my Strats, I've replaced this with like a roller. I think one of my Strats, I even have a roller. No, I got rid of that one. I had one that had actually a nut that had rollers in there, and it helped keep the strings from binding. But so far, this thing seems to be pretty good. I like it. See, it just sustains like crazy. Another thing too, it sits really comfortably. Some guitars, I noticed when I put the tuners on there, the neck's a little bit heavier than it was, but it's not doing the neck dive thing. I know some of my Epiphone Les Pauls, they'll be a little bit heavier more on this end. You'll see the guitar. It's kind of embarrassing. You stand there, you take your hands off the guitar, and it starts going. So you got to keep one hand on it so it doesn't dive for the floor. But this is really well balanced. Like I said, it plays really well. I love the color. So I would recommend getting one of your own. I really would. This is, I mean, with the price, this is a really good guitar for someone just starting out. Because if they change their mind, if you buy this for somebody, they decide they don't want to stick with it, it's such a beautiful guitar, you might decide to pick up the guitar and start playing it yourself. Or if you already play, this will make a nice second guitar. Or if you don't play, you'll be able to get your money back, because that thing's, look at it, it's gorgeous, isn't it? That's a beautiful guitar. The chrome with the seafoam green, it's nice. Anyways, that's all I have on this. I don't want to make this too long. Hopefully you enjoy this. Like I said, I apologize for my playing. Got the big owie on my finger right there, as you can see. It's not bleeding now, which I'm glad. But anyways, thanks for checking this out. Hopefully this helps you shopping. Every once in a while, I get people that ask me, what is an affordable guitar? So I'm planning on doing a few more of these with some of the guitars I have, because a lot of them I've bought secondhand, and a lot of them are under the $200 range, which is relatively affordable. You know, sometimes people might need to save up, or sometimes people get money for their birthday or for Christmas or whatever, and it's a good investment. It's fun. I enjoy it. All right. Thank you very much for watching this.